My name is Sheryl Matsuoka, the Executive Director of the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association and the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation. Mahalo for joining me today on Hawaii Restaurants Hawaii on the Think Tech platform. Today, we're going to be sharing with you Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association's Educational Foundation, fondly known as the HRA Educational Foundation's fundraiser at the Bayview Driving Range. Bayview has the newest in golf technology, the Top Tracer software. So stay tuned, learn from us how you can experience this newest in golf technology while supporting our future culinary superstars. Aloha, everyone. Again, my name is Sheryl Matsuoka, and I have with me three gentlemen, all from either the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation or the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association. So I'd like to have them introduce themselves if I could. So first, Micah, who sits on our Educational Foundation Board of Directors and who will also be providing food at our Top Tracer event. Hey, Micah, can you introduce yourself, please?
Aloha. Thank you, Sheryl, for having me. Yep, my name is Micah Suderman. I'm the owner of Zia's Cafe out in Culinary, so real near Bayview. And, I love being a part of the Hawaii Restaurant Association Educational Fund, raising up the next generation of culinarians to carry our industry forward, and something we're really good at, and that's sharing aloha and good grinds.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And next, I have Jesse from Ma'aloha Burger. Jesse is a board director on the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association, and Jesse will also be providing food on that evening for our Top Tracer event. Hey, Jesse, could you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Jesse Aguinaldo. I'm the CEO, founder of Ma'aloha Burger. We're just really excited and participating in this event because I think it benefits the young and up-and-coming culinary students. I think it's really great that we can provide our experience and experience that with them. So
glad. And I know your location is near the Bayview.
Yes, we have a location in Kailua. So we're going to be pretty much doing all the commissary work there and then take it over to the Bayview. And we also have two other locations, which is in town, the Ala Moana and the Waikiki location. But I've been to Bayview. It's a really great place. It's a great scenery. I think it's a great place for a gathering for all this event. So it'll be fun.
Thank you, Jesse. And I have Keith Mallini, who is the director on the HRA Educational Foundation. Hey, Keith, could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Sheryl. I'm Keith Mallini. I'm Director of Operations for Kitchen Door Napa, opening a new restaurant out here in Ewa, a little far from Kaneohe, but close in spirit. But I've been a board member on the HRA Educational Foundation for 2 years, and it's been very rewarding. And as an operator of a restaurant, very interested in making sure that we promote the culinary career path to our high school students. So really anxious to see this fundraiser to fruition.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me today. So first, Keith, who benefits from this Top Tracer fundraiser?
Well, that would be our main beneficiary, the ProStart program of Hawaii, which is a Department of Education approved culinary curriculum in 11 high schools in every state, in every island right now. The ProStart program is designed to really stimulate interest in our high school students to pursue careers in the culinary field, which we definitely need. So this we provide scholarships for students, we provide funding for teachers to continue their education. We also look at internships and mentoring programs and funding all the curriculum materials for the ProStart program.
Exactly. And Keith, I was so excited. Our schools are on every island, as you mentioned. So we have the Castle High School, we'll talk about that a little later. They'll be providing some food. Also, Lelehua will be providing food that night at our Top Tracer event. On top of that, we have other schools who either their instructors or some of the students may be at the Top Tracer event. They're all welcome. Farrington, Mauna Loa, Roosevelt, Kaiser, Maui, Kohala, King K, Kaliki, which I can never say, McKinley, and Pearl City. This year, Keith, I was so excited to find out that of the 11 schools, we'll have over 1,000 seniors graduating this May that has had 2 years of culinary experience, education, and training in our local high schools. 1,000 high schools seniors are graduating in May. And as we were just discussing, right, Keith, we really need that workforce.
Oh, yes. I'm going to go at their graduation ceremony and try to grab them to come work with me because it's been really tough finding culinary talent out here in Ewa. But it is definitely a great program. I recently moved from the Big Island and I work closely with Kohala High School. And I can say from experience that teachers are very passionate about passing on their knowledge and skills and inspiration. We worked with Tracy Figueroa at Kohala High, and we looked at how we could improve their facilities by kind of offering grants to buy equipment for their test kitchens. Also, we were purchasing their produce that they were growing aquaponics on school property. So that was the one school that I've worked with so far, but I'm anxious to get involved here now that I've moved to Oahu. But there are some great culinary programs here. I know Pearl City has a really huge and intense culinary program, and then we're looking forward to getting involved and bringing the students out, offering internships and some mentorships for them as well.
That's awesome. Thank you, Keith. And thank you for all that you do as a director on the HRA Educational Foundation. So to Jesse, hey, Jesse, these attendees are so excited. As I mentioned, we've sold out on our VIP rooms. We still have tickets available. Tickets are for groups of 3 golfers. And I just wanted you to kind of cover a little bit about what they're going to experience once they purchase a ticket and attend the event.
Oh, part of the experience is, gathering with all the individuals that future entrepreneurs, but some of the items that we're going to present is we're just going to create a slider burger with drizzled with truffle and a little bit of bacon and mushroom, and we're going to top it off with melted Swiss cheese. So also with that, we're going to add in our homemade salt and vinegar potato chips. I think that'll enhance the flavor of the slider burgers. And I think it'll be a great fit. I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to is all the students. I think it's really great because I did attend McKinley High School, and I was in that food service class with Mrs. Izaki. And I don't want to say the year. It was quite a long time ago. I think in the 1900s. I should just say that. But it was a great fit. We didn't have ProStart at that time. So I think this is a really good benefit for them. I think the kids are more motivated about graduating because they have all the tools and accessibility with all the internet, like YouTube and Google, to find the tools that they need to do their job. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with them. So I think they're going to experience that from all of us, that we could, share our experiences and how we got there. I think they'll be excited about that.
They're going to be super excited. And you're mentioning your sliders. My Mahalo burger that I go to is at the Ala Moana Shopping Center because that's close to where I live. And you're getting us already hungry as it is the 12 o'clock hour. So the Top Tracer event is going to be held at the Bayview Golf Course over there in Kaneohe on Thursday, April 6th from 6 till 9 p.m. And all the attendees we'll get teams of 3, and everybody is going to get it's like a stall, and where you can bring your groups of maybe, your employees, your business associates, your friends, your family, and play Top Tracer. Each team will have their own stall, and it would be really great for team building, a family event, or just a great way to get a group of friends together to play with this Top Tracer software. You're right. Each of the, they're called stalls, will have food, and then they'll have beverages. So I wanted to, Micah, to talk a little bit about what you'll be providing that night from Zia's Hawaiʻi.
Yeah, so that night we're going to be making everybody some chicken arrabbiata. So arrabbiata is kind of a spicy tomato sauce a little bit of pork rendered off in there to make a nice kind of a smoky flavor within that red sauce. And we'll be serving it over some of our fresh made pasta and everything for all the attendees. So, excited to feed everybody and, love golfing. I love eating and I love all that stuff. So it's going to be a good time.
Going to be a great time. And then a huge mahalo to Latour, who is going to be providing macaroons for dessert. And we're really excited. We have 2 ProStart schools who are going to be bringing their students down, and the students are going to be cooking those dishes to be served to the top tracer attendees. And the 2 schools, one is Lelehua, and Lelehua, this dish sounds fabulous. It's nori wrapped shrimp cake with cold soba and creamy ginger sesame dressing. Their culinary class has come up with this recipe. They're going to be providing it, and their students will be there that night serving it. We also have a special surprise dish from Castle High School's culinary class. So Castle will also be, again, their students will be there. They'll be providing a meal, and all of the attendees will have an opportunity to try it. Beverages are going to be provided by Orem Coca-Cola and Beer Works. So everyone who buys a ticket, you'll have food, we'll have beverages and dessert. And of course, on top of that, the top tracer experience. So all of that is included in your ticket price. And just to remind all the businesses and the companies who are considering purchasing a ticket, HRAEF is a 501c3 nonprofit. Any questions regarding that, please feel free to reach out to me. So now, Micah, what is Top Tracer?
So Top Tracer is a company that has merged the latest data and tracking technology with the sport of golf to improve basically player and audience experience. They've invented what's called range tracing technology. This makes it possible for players to track every ball they hit on the course. This is the same technology used by the PGA, professional golf players. So it's top quality and right here in Kaneohe. Bayview is a Top Tracer range. Golfers and non-golfers are able to track and analyze their game down to a science. They're able to get in-depth analytics for every aspect of the sport. So whatever type of ball they're hitting, whether it's out of sand, in the fairway, in the rough, it really gives you that feedback. And then the Top Tracer technology makes it possible to play a virtual game at a number of iconic golf courses around the world. And then you as an attendee, everybody who comes will be able to play live on the virtual games with one another and really just have a great time without all the walking. So that's nice. You can maintain that mahaloha burger and that chicken arrabbiata and all the great food right there for you.
I forgot about that. That's right. It eliminates all the walking around the course.
All the walking.
You're just in a stall and you've got your 2 friends with you or your family members, and you're enjoying just hitting the ball and looking at the score. And it's a really great technology, I heard. So thank you, Micah. I haven't seen it yet. And I'm not a golfer, but I might try something like this, right? It might be something fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Keith, I am a non-golfer. Why should I bring down a team?
Well, I'm a non-golfer as well, and I only play in charity tournaments, and I'm usually just really embarrassed. And I think not having to walk around with the foursome for hours, being embarrassed and feeling bad about the last hole is pretty amazing. So as a virtual event, you just go from golfer to golfer without having the prolonged agony of being embarrassed about your previous hole. And I think it is, for a team building exercise, I think it would be pretty amazing to see how your team kind of supports the weak ones and plays off the strengths of the strong ones. And if your team throws you under the bus, then you know what you're dealing with. And if they kind of help you along, then great. So I think it's great for team building. It's great for practice. I'm intrigued. I think I might take a break from opening this restaurant and go out and participate myself.
No, you need to open up because we really want to come out and see the surf wave, dear. Oh my goodness. I want to come out there. We were very blessed that we were invited to a VIP walkthrough. And so I told my husband about it, and we want to come out and see it once it's in full action. So looking forward to that.
Great.
So Jesse, why would anyone want to participate on a Thursday night, April 6th?
Well, I think it's just a special event. I think that's it's going to be fun. I think everybody can gather up and engage and exchange experiences and stories and whatnot. And the fun part about the golfing event is I'm a golfer, of course, and I love to golf. And I've been doing that since Las Vegas, but it's a good way to meet people and get to understand a lot of things besides just hitting the balls. And, you know, you can always have stories there and talk about and get to know a person really well. So the time that you spend golfing is the time you get to really know someone. So I think the experience behind that is worthwhile. So I think when people know about that and they talk to other people about golfing and what it does for you, because I didn't know the meaning of golf. I thought it was hitting the little ball back then. And we talked 20 years ago, but I think it goes beyond that because I have a group that I go out with. And the special thing about it is right after we golf, we sit down, have lunch, and we engage and we talk about the stories and, you know, how the kids have grown up. I think it's a gathering place. So it's kind of like a sacred place to be. And Bayview projects that because I've been there and it's a great facility. And you see all the happiness. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having a good time. They forget about all the stress and things that happen throughout the week or the day. And I think it just provides a fun atmosphere. So I think it's a great thing.
Thank you. And while it's golf in itself, and as I mentioned, this event is very special. You know, the proceeds all will be going towards the ProStart Culinary program, which is going to benefit the student scholarships. And every year we've given out scholarships to students who further their culinary education, and also to the teacher grants, as Keith mentioned. You know, those are so important. So that's what this fundraiser is all about. Thursday, April 6th, from 6 to 9 p.m. And Friday, the next day, the reason we selected this is Friday, the next day is Good Friday, a holiday for many people. So we thought this would be a great day. School is off the next day to come on out and have a nice evening. It's a great way to end your week and start your weekend. So Micah, let's talk now. This event will encompass golf and, you know, sports, food, which is the food we just talked about, beverages, camaraderie. What else have we missed?
So when you purchase a ticket, your ticket will include the round of golf, the balls, food, beverages, and opportunities to win great prizes. On top of it, you get the opportunity to invest in the food for our future. You know, we need our kids through our ProStart program to learn the foundations and become passionate about food and beverage. So we keep seeing great food and beverage created, which we all enjoy. I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't like going out to a good restaurant and having a great experience, whether that be from the amazing food coupled with service with aloha. It's just an investment into our future to be able to enjoy those types of events and moments. So come on down. Thank
you so much. You're right. We'll have 3 restaurants providing food. We'll have 2 high schools, Lelihua and Castle, plus Latour, which is the macaroons. On top of that, the beer from Honolulu Beer Works and Odom Coca-Cola with the soft drinks and the water. You're right. There's going to be food, beverages, fun, golf, everything all encompassed. So, gentlemen, before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to say, Keith? Any closing statements?
I just hope everybody will come out and support, as Micah said, our future culinarians. They're the ones that'll be cooking our food and wowing us at restaurants down the road, and also supporting the teachers that are instilling the passion and the technical skills needed for that. So definitely come out and enjoy, and it'll be great fun.
Oh, thank you. You're right. We just had an event last September, and Keith, you were there at that event, and the gal that was there, her first name starts with a G. I don't know if it's okay for me to say her name or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, she was at
Yeah.
the yes. And she was so happy. She was one of our scholarship recipients who did graduate in pastry chef, as a pastry chef, which was her dream that she had told me about years ago when we first gave her the scholarship. She is now working for a I'm going to say restaurant, as their culinary pastry, as their pastry chef. So happy, came to the event, said, she's fulfilling her dream. And those are the students that we provide scholarships for, which is what this fundraiser is all about. I have another story, and don't make me cry, but this gal, she was just the sweetest. She came to the check presentation. We gave her check for her scholarship. And at the time when I asked this girl, she's 17 years old, I said, so what do you want to do, sweetie? And she's like, I want to be a pastry chef. I guess pastry is one of the things that everybody loves, pastries and sweets, right? But when she said, Auntie, I want to start a bakery, and that bakery is going to support my family. And I also want to hire homeless, because if I hire homeless and I teach them a skill and I pay them, maybe then they can afford to come off the streets. So I looked at her and I said, oh my God, here is this baby, 17-year-old, telling us how she's solving our social problem. I was so proud of her, and she was another scholarship recipient. So I just wanted to share that story. I tried not to cry. Jesse, anything else? Anything else, Jesse, before we close this show that you want to say as a closing statement?
Oh, that story is very touching. Yeah, it made me cry too. But yeah, I just want to say that I'm so pleased to be a part of this foundation, and pleased to be part of the board as well. So I thank everybody to participating in this, because it's much needed for the kids. Keep them off the streets, keep them motivated, keep them learning. I think that's the biggest thing, and to become good leaders in the future. So I think that's the most important thing.
You're so right. We call them our future culinary superstars. Every time I see them, they just come out and they're just so happy to participate. Many of them don't have an opportunity to participate at this kind of an event because they're high school students, right? So they're not invited to events where you're going to have 150 people at, let alone the event that we had in September, which was a fundraiser. And that one had 500 people at. So that was the first time they'd ever been to something with that kind of attendance. So yes, you're totally right. It's going to be a great event for them, a great experience for these culinary students from Lelehuan Castle to be providing the food and then serving the food to all the participants. So Micah, any other closing statements before we close the show?
I think I'm just excited to see what, Lelehua and Castle High School get to do. I love seeing, the kids come out and, show what they got and be passionate about it. Passion is something that's, so fleeting at times in this world. And it's awesome to see those glimmers like that, the student you're talking about that wants to use her business to help people as well. It's just exciting. Part of when I think about what hospitality is, it's really the heart and spirit of Aloha, and as children of these islands, I've always been very proud of imparting that onto the next generation, and always thinking about what would Tutu say, and how would she feel about this dish? Did you give it your all? Did you make it right? And everything like that. And it's really a special trade and industry that we're in, and we appreciate the support of our keiki and everything. So come on out, join us, have a great time, hit some balls and eat some food.
You're so right, Micah. I'm blessed that I have an opportunity when we present the checks to the scholarship recipients to hear their stories, because I'm asking them, I'm like, tell Auntie, what are you going to do? And I had another gal who's told me a story, and she was at a local high school here, of course, Hawaii. And she said, I didn't go to school. I just wasn't motivated. I would avoid school. And then somehow she got involved in a culinary program. And I said, well, what motivated you? And she said, Auntie, we get to eat in school. Out of the honesty of being, right? Auntie, whatever.
Well, I like going to work every day, well fed.
Exactly. She said, Auntie, we get to eat in class. And I said, well, that's good. And she said, and then all of a sudden I found my passion. And the teacher told me, because the teacher was there, he said, she's the one who comes in early, helps set up all the chafing dishes and sets up the kitchen. And she's the last one sweeping the floor at the end of the class. And he said, that's a culinary superstar. We were able to give her a scholarship. She did go to a mainland school, so I haven't connected back with her, but I can reach out to her and find out, where she's at in her culinary experience. But he said she's the one who grabs the broom at the end of class and is sweeping the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, and so she was
Very important part of it.
Exactly. So, gentlemen, again, thank you so much for joining me today on this Think Check show. And again, to our audience, by attending the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation's Top Tracer fundraiser, you're providing support to the restaurant and hospitality industry through various educational programs, industry engagement, and promotion of our industry to potential hospitality and restaurant employees. The Top Tracer Golf event serves as a fundraising event for the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation, and the funds raised through this event will go through scholarships and teacher grants to the ProStart culinary students and ProStart schools in Hawaii. The Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation's program was established with the objective of enhancing Hawaii's restaurant and hospitality industry. So again, my name is Sheryl Matsuoka. I thank you for tuning in. We'll see you at our next show. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for watching Think Tech Hawaii. If you like what we do, please like us and click the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on Vimeo. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and donate to us at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.